on, guys? Welcome back to the homestead. Welcome back. Well, it's a beautiful 65 degrees here in Florida and the wind finally stopped. It's been blowing hard for about 4 days, rainy, nasty out here. But we're gonna go ahead and get started on the old lean-to right here that we talked about on the last video. I done trapped something that is as elusive as Bigfoot. Come on, a teenager. I got my son here with me today, Levi. Say what's going on, Levi.
How you guys doing?
First thing that we're gonna do today is go ahead and get all these plastic shelves out of here with all this stuff that's up underneath there cleared out. That way we got a good, safe, clean work area to start with. But let's go ahead and roll a little time lapse of that, add a little music to it so we can get our groove on out here while we're getting it done. Come on.
Come on.
Well, now that we got it all cleared out and got a nice clean working area here, we're going to go ahead and frame out this front wall right here and then do the two side walls. I just had to go and buy those 3 16-foot 2x4 pressure treated. $60 for 3 16-foot 2x4s. Good Lord of my Lord, baby Jesus, that's a lot of money. Come on. But we're going to do pressure treated at the bottom. That way we don't have to worry about the termites and stuff. And then we'll come up and put a top plate. Then we'll fill it in with studs 2 foot on center. We're not going to do 16 inches on center like we did the main structure. This is just a lean-to. We'll go ahead and get the walls framed up, and then we'll go ahead and build our framing for the shelves on the inside before we put the metal on the outside. It'll just make it a lot easier with bringing in material and stuff. But let's go ahead and get started framing. I'll go ahead and walk y'all through as I move from wall to wall and kind of explain to you what we're doing. It's going to be a fun little project. Let's get it going. Come on. Alright, we got the framing done for the first wall there. As you can see, I didn't build the wall all together on the ground and stand it up like you traditionally do framing a house or something like that, because there is nothing, and I mean nothing, square and straight out here on this lean-to. It was just kind of thrown together. But this works too. It only took us about 15 minutes to throw this wall up. It doesn't take long. We're going to go ahead and get started on the side ones now, and then we'll cut back in and when we start on the shelving. Come on. Level up there. Go down, 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 Pull down. Toe nail it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one?
Yep. Now that we got the walls framed in, we're going to jump on the inside and start working on the framing for the 3 shelves that's going to wrap all the way around these walls right here. There will be one on that far side coming to the long wall right here, and then one right over here on this side coming back to this wall right here, kind of like a U shape. We're going to start off with doing the bottom shelf to where I could get like a 5-gallon bucket or a couple crates or something to slide up underneath for storage there, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to try to keep whatever height that is consistently all the way up, with the top shelf being open. It's coming along good though. It sure is nice having my son with me, being able to just shoot measurements at him and him be able to work that chop saw and just feed me wood. It sure does make this go a lot faster. Come on, let's keep it going. Well, good morning. Day 2 of the lean-to project. Come on. Had a pretty good day yesterday. We was able to get all the walls framed up and also all the shelving framed up on the inside. All we got to do now is add all the supports that's going to catch the plywood. But we're going to end up putting 3/4 inch plywood for all the shelves. I really don't want to use all my 3/4 inch plywood for these shelvings because it really doesn't need to be that beefy. But you can't afford to go buy any plywood right now, whether it be 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, or anything. I actually checked yesterday just to see how much some OSB was, some 5/8. They want $40 a sheet for that here. That's just ridiculous. I don't know if wood prices will ever go down though, now that they know that people will actually spend it. I doubt it will go down. Back whenever we had the hurricanes, I believe in 2007, wood prices doubled then and never did go back down. So I'm not really looking forward to it going back down, so I'm just working with what I got. I got a lot of wood here on the homestead left over from building this shop and other little projects, but that's pretty much what I'm using back here on this project. That's why you see a lot of the boards look pretty rough and dirty and everything else, because they've been stored up under a tarp over there for about 6 months, and the carpenter ants actually started getting into them, so I need to use them anyways. But as soon as I finish this here cup of coffee, we're going to go ahead and get started cutting in all that blocking and nailing everything off. I only temporary nailed everything yesterday because I was running a little bit low on nails and screws, but I ran up to Home Depot this morning and grabbed all of that. Only got about a half a day to work on this today. I got my goddaughter coming here today. It's her birthday. She wants to play with the animals, and here at Come On Homesteading, we're all about the kids and taking time to teach them about nature and the outdoors. So looking forward to that. Glad that she wants to come out for her birthday and do that. She's turning 3 years old. pretty excited about it. She's heck on wheels, boy, let me tell you. Wide open, wide open. I wished I could harness that energy. Come on with the come on. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started and try to get as much done as we can before they get here. Bring you guys along, kind of show you what we got going on. Now that we got the blocking cut, we're going to go ahead and lay it out. We're going to do 2 foot on center all the way down. But this is 2 foot by 8 foot on the side shelves right here, which means that I should be able to rip the plywood in half and have 2 by 8. So 1 sheet of plywood should cover 2 shelves. And if we go 2 foot on center, we should be able to catch everything like it needs to be. But let's go ahead and get all this laid out and nailed up. And that way we can go ahead and get to ripping the plywood and get this thing done. Come on. Now that I got all the bracing put in for the shelves, we can go ahead and start ripping the plywood to get that put in. We're going to do it 2 foot wide by 8 foot long. And some of these sections will only be about 6 foot long, but we'll cut it down after we rip it into 2 foot sections. I'll go ahead and show you all the bracing, and then we'll go ahead and start ripping that plywood. Come on. All right, guys, we got the plywood on the shelves and everything nailed off. Man, that was a lot of nails. But it turned out real good. It was definitely a long day. I had my goddaughter stop by for her birthday, grilled out some hamburgers and hot dogs, let her play with the animals. That was a good time. I enjoyed it. So that slowed me up a little bit, but hey, I always take time off for the kids. Come on. But speaking of kids, I hear my other ones back there, the goats, they're hollering at me. I think they're ready to eat and the sun's starting to go down, so we're going to go ahead and get this closed out. On the next one, we'll go ahead and put the metal siding on and go ahead and frame out the doors and get this side of the lean-to complete. Well, I'm glad y'all guys joined me for this video and can't wait to see y'all on the next one. So until we see each other again, come on, let's go homesteading.